everyone, hope everyone is doing great. In this video, we will make an illustration from scratch, so keep watching. In the previous videos, we have learned some tools, so now it's time to use those tools and design an illustration. If you haven't watched the previous videos, then there is no need to worry, as I will explain the tools enough so that you can use it now in designing the illustration. However, I will also place the links of the videos in the description, so if anyone is interested in learning a tool in a bit more detail, he can watch those links. Okay, so let's start. This is the illustration which we want to design. So let's create a new project. Click on File and then New. Let's keep the width same, and I can change the height to 900 and click on Create. So you will get an artboard like this. So now let's place the illustration which we want to design as a reference. So click on File, Place, and open the folder from which you want to open that file. And simply click on Image and click on Place. I will just press Shift and will make it a little smaller, and I can place it here as a reference. I have pressed the Shift and then made it smaller because otherwise it will not retain its image proportions. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. So here we will learn a very important concept, that is of layers. So to understand the concept of layers, first open the Layers tab from here, or you can, if it's not present here, you can find it in Windows. So basically what we do is we break down our project into different layers. That is, instead creating your whole project in one layer, what we will do is we will make the background in one layer and we will place the deer and all this stuff in another layer. So the question is why I do this, why I use layers, why cannot I make my whole project in one layer? So the answer to this question is, later on if I need to do any modification, let's suppose I need to add or remove some element from the background, I will be able to do that easily without disturbing my whole illustration. So now how to use layers? You can create multiple layers using this, create new layer. And one more thing to see here, whenever you are working on some layer and suppose I am done with this layer, I do not have to do any modification. So what will I do is I will simply lock this layer by clicking on right here. So now I will not be able to draw anything on this. It will not allow me to draw anything on here. I will not be able to move my image to some new place. If I need to do any modifications, first I will have to unlock it, and now I will be able to move it. Now let's start working on our illustration. On layer 1 will be my reference image, and I don't want to do anything with it, so what will I do is I will simply lock this layer. So we will start by making these components, that is the moon, the clouds, the deer, the bat, and then we will patch these components together and make the illustration. Okay, so let's start with clouds. So just rename it as clouds. To make clouds, we can use the ellipse tool. So from the illustration, we can see that it is made up of 4 circles and a rectangle. So let's draw it. What we need is 4 circles, and you can press Shift and you can draw a perfect circle. To copy the circle, you can just simply press Alt, and I will bring it a little down, and this one a little more down, and one circle here. Then you can use a rectangle tool and something like this. Now I will set it a little bit. This one too. Make it a little smaller. Now I will select them all and I will give them this color using eyedropper tool. So now to group them together, what I can do is I can use the pathfinder tool. So simply I can go into the windows and then I can choose a pathfinder and I can use the unite shape mode. And here we go, we have a cloud. So now the cloud is complete, so I can simply lock this layer and I will create a new layer for the moon and I can simply rename it as moon. And one more thing, I can simply make this layer invisible so I can focus on the moon now. So now let's start making the moon. Okay, so now let's focus on the moon and see what we have to draw. We can see from here that it is made up of 3 different colors and we have 3 more circles on it. So how can we draw it? Just go on your artboard and simply make a circle, and you can again copy using Alt, and I will make it almost 5 copies, just like this. Okay, so now as we have seen that there were 3 different colors, so how can we do that is simply place this one over here like this, and I can simply use this one that is minus front, and I will have a shape of this. I can place it on this one, and for now I can give it any different color. I cannot see that because it is at the front, so I can simply right click and I can simply click on arrange and send to back, and now I can give it a different color. Now using these 2 circles, I will create one more shape, and this time I want this shape, the intersection, so I will use this one, the intersect shape mode. And here we go, I have this part too. I can simply place it on here, and now what I can do is I can simply give them these colors using the eyedropper tool. That is, simply select it and give it this color and this layer, this color, and this one with this color. So now what I have to do is I have to draw these small circles. To make the small circles, what I can do is simply make one more circle, and just click on cancel. As you can see here that it has a light dark background in this corner. So how can I make that is simply again using the pathfinder tool. That is, I will copy it, and now I can just paste it like this, and I want this shape, so I will just simply use the subtract shape mode and I can place it here, and I will group it, and now I can place it over the moon. One is right here, one is right here, and one here, and this one is a little smaller, so I will make it a little smaller. Okay, so now we will just simply give them the colors. You can use the eyedropper tool here again. I will place the link of this illustration down in the description. You can find it there. For now, let's just give them these colors. Double click on it because I have made it group. And this one like this. One more thing is I should increase its size a little more. So here we go. We have made our moon. Okay, so I am done with the moon, so I can simply lock this one and make this layer also invisible. Now I will draw this deer and this bat using the image tracing. So I will create a new layer and I can simply rename it as deer and bat. So I have downloaded the images from the internet of this deer and this bat. You can also download it from the internet, or I will place the links down in the description. You can download it from there. Now I will simply place those images on here using file, place, and I can select both of them and I can simply click on the place, and here I go. So to trace them, simply click on it, and you can click from here or you can go to the windows and find where is image tracing, and here I go. I can use the sketched art from here, so now I will not have to remove the background. So then I will just click on object, expand, okay, and here I go. I have got the bat. Now let's do the same with the deer. Simply click on image trace. From here you can select a sketched art. You can increase or decrease the threshold to make a perfect deer, and here I go. Then again go on object, expand, and okay, so here I go. I have got the deer and I have got the bat. I can make it a little bigger so you guys can also see it clearly, and here we go. We have the deer and we have the bat. So now I have made the deer, I have made the bat, we are done with the clouds and this moon. So now let's make these graves. So again on layers, I will lock this one and make this invisible, and we'll create a new layer and we'll rename it as graves. And so how can I draw this one and this one? So this one is pretty easy. I can simply use the rectangle tool and like this. It's simply done. I will just group it. And now for this gray, what I will do is I will make a rectangle, and on top of it I will make a circle. Just press on shift and make a circle. If I zoom in a little bit, I can make it more perfect. So here I go. I am done with the graves too. You can simply unite them using the pathfinder tool, or you can simply group them like I have grouped these rectangles together. So now I can work on the background and on this ground. So lock this one, make this one invisible again, and now I will create a layer and will name it as background. So now I will draw a rectangle equal to the size of this artboard. And I can simply give it color like this. And now I have 3 different circles. So before making these circles, I will make this ground. So how can I do that? I can simply make it using the ellipse tool. So now I use this ellipse tool and simply draw a ellipse. And you can place it like this, and you can give it the the color using eyedropper tool. And you can erase the extra portions using the eraser. Press Alt and you will be able to erase in rectangle shapes. So here I go. I have got the ground. So now I will make these 3 circles in the background. One thing to make clear is even if I don't erase these portions, it will not matter, as it will not be shown in your result when you export it in some JPEG or any other format, because it was not on the artboard. But I have done this just for the neatness of the design. Now I will draw the 3 circles at the background. Simply start with the smallest one. Place it in the middle, and I can give it color using eyedropper tool. And then I will press Alt and we'll make a copy of it, and we'll decrease opacity to almost 60. I will make it a little bigger. A little more. Like this. Now I will make one more copy and will decrease the opacity to almost 40. And we'll bring it here. So one thing here, I can see that it is in front of the ground, but I need the ground to be at the front. So simply click on the ground, arrange and bring to front. So here we go, we have 3 different circles. So we are done with the background, so we can simply lock this layer. Now all we have to do is to place the components which we made earlier onto this background. But how can we do that? If I make this layer visible, then I can see that I'm not able to see the grave or the deer or the bat. So the question is why I am unable to see my components. The answer is that the background layer is on the top of all of these ones, so I cannot see these layers. So what will I have to do? I will grab it and I will make it like this. So now if I make some layer visible, then I will be able to see them. So now let's start placing the components. First of all, let's place the moon. So I will make the layer of the moon visible and I will unlock it so that I can make changings to it. I will make it a little smaller and I can zoom in a little bit. And I will place it somewhere here. So next, let's place the clouds and again make this visible. And I can place it here, here, and here. One more thing I can do is I can make the opacity to be almost 90. Now, yeah, just bring it a little more down. Now let's place the graves. Simply make this visible and unlock this one, and I am done with the moon and clouds, so I will lock them again. So now you can see that we have 2 graves. I will bring it like this and I will make it color with the ground. I can make it a little more bigger, and the other one is right here. Just press Alt and then drag it, and I will increase its size and I can place it here. Now comes with the crosses. I can again give them first color. I will place one right here and it's a little bit tilted, so I will rotate it. And I can place the other one. Okay. First of all, make this group and then I can move it to here. So we are done with the graves and the crosses. And finally, I will place the deer and the bat. So first, yes, I have to unlock this and I can lock the graves one. First, let's place this bat over here. I can make it a little smaller, zoom in a little bit and make it a little more smaller. And we'll change its color. Now I will place the deer right here. Just make it a little more smaller, a little tilted, somehow like this, and also change its color. So here we go. We can change the artboard size as we have some extra page from here and from here. So I will drop down like this and from here like this. So now I'm going to unlock all of them, and as I don't need this layer anymore, so I will just delete this one. Click on yes, and that one is deleted. And again, you can remove the extra portions just for the neatness. And here we go. Our illustration is all ready. So finally, let's export our project. Simply click on File, Export, Save for Web. And from here, you can increase the image size or width in case you want to increase its quality. And you can see this symbol right here. What it do is it retains the original image proportions. That is, if you change the width or height, the image will not be stretched or compressed. It will take care of it. And simply click on Save. Choose the location where you want to save it, and simple here, give it any name. And click on Save. So that's all. We can also see our project. And here we go. Our project is exported. So that's all for today. We have made a beautiful illustration using the tools which we studied in the previous videos. In the upcoming videos, we will learn some more tools and we will design some amazing stuff. Keep watching.